People in Buffalo often think of Super Bowl appearances or Stanley Cup finals when they look back at the city's history in sports. But there was a time when a third pro team had a place in the heart of downtown. This is the story of the Buffalo Braves. Long before the NBA became the success it is today, a franchise was born into a passionate sports market, a place home to unwavering fans who would famously stay loyal through wide rights and no goals. A franchise that would make multiple playoff appearances, a league MVP, and 3 Rookie of the Year awards in the 8 years they were in Buffalo. The Braves debuted as an expansion team in the 1970-71 NBA season. Paul Snyder, founder of Freezer Queen and Darien Lake, bought the team in 1971, moved them into their home at the iconic Memorial Auditorium, better known as the Odd. But that home was not their own. The Odd was shared with an already popular Canisius basketball team and another newcomer that debuted that same year, the Buffalo Sabres. WBFO's Jay Moran, storyteller and lifelong Braves fan, tells us about the different audiences for the Braves and the Sabres.
Sons of electricians, steel workers, chemical workers, parole officers. Compare that to the people I knew who went to Sabres games, and they were sons of dentists and doctors. To me, Braves fans, and this is how I remember it, were the working class fans, the families looking for a cheap night out. In the early 70s, it was hard to get a Sabres ticket. It was very easy to get a Buffalo Braves ticket.
Discounts on Braves tickets were put on milk cartons. That got you a seat in the Odd for about $2. Despite the differences in fan bases, many people in Buffalo took to their new team.
But I think in some ways, fans connected more with Braves players. There weren't a lot of hockey players around back then, but everybody played basketball, and everybody wanted to be like one of the Buffalo Braves.
Despite a rocky start, things turned around in 1973 after head coach Jack Ramsey's first season. He doubled the team's win total and led the Braves to the playoffs, where they took the champion Celtics to 6 games in the conference semifinals. While Dr. Jack was an incredibly effective coach, the Braves' second season turnaround was largely due to Buffalo selecting Bob McAdoo, 5-time NBA All-Star, and the last NBA player to average both 30 points and 15 rebounds per game. By the 74-75 season, the Braves brought on Ernie DiGregorio and Buffalo State's 3-sport All-American, Randy Smith, giving the team a winning record and 2 playoff returns.
They played an exciting brand of basketball, and they challenged everybody.
By then, the Braves had established themselves, and the Odd was loud on the nights when that court was out.
The bigger the moment in the game, the bigger the shot, the bigger the make, the bigger the roar of the crowd. It was like the Odd was almost breathing along with the game.
Despite later rumors that they weren't making any money, the Braves were actually breaking even or turning a profit each season, and the attendance was consistent with the rest of the NBA at the time. Unfortunately, it's not always as simple as a passionate sports city with an exciting young team. Business behind the scenes would eventually lead to the end of a team in Western New York. In one fell swoop, Coach Ramsey and beloved player Bob McAdoo left Buffalo for other teams.
Talk about one of the saddest moments of a teenager's life. When McAdoo left, it felt like the franchise had given up.
The Braves were sold after the 1977-78 season. They were then traded with the Boston Celtics owner, who moved them out to San Diego to become the Clippers. In 1984, they moved up to LA, where they've been ever since. The team wouldn't see the playoffs again until the 90s, but the legacy of their Western New York predecessor has since made a comeback at Clippers games. In honor of the 50th anniversary of a team that started in a chilly city across the country, the Clippers are paying tribute to the Braves by wearing the signature black and orange colors that once danced on the court at the Odd, giving lifelong Buffalonians a chance to hopefully see a team close to their hearts go to the playoffs again.
They've got as good a chance as anybody to win the NBA title this year. And that would be awesome if the team that won the NBA title this year was a team that had been wearing the Buffalo Braves uniforms at some juncture during the season. Thank you, Clippers, for wearing those Braves uniforms. And thanks to everybody who thinks they're as cool as I do.